Just watched Werewolf by Night on Disney. Pretty good. I liked it. Different from Marvel. So I thought I'd give it a go. This is a drawing from the concept art for the character which was released. So it's like a portrait of him. We're going to focus on his face, right? I'm on a landscape page, use a pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. Center point of my page about here, right? So his head will take up most of the page, right? So, and I'm going to start with his right eye, okay? So center horizontal line is about where the eyes will be. So we'll just go standard sort of eye line shape, right? So we'll just go up and across and down. And we can thicken this up a little bit, right? And the bottom eye line just comes down, and in and around underneath. So standard sort of shape for a human eye. And if you want like eyelashes, sometimes he can have a line coming around underneath here, you know, with some eyelashes on it. He seems to have pretty big eyelashes, you know, sticking up even here. Right, so then iris, half circle coming around here, pupil underneath as well. You can color this black. So we've got like a top eyelid line just coming around here. And then a massive frowning sort of eyebrow line, right? So this like comes around, goes up. And it can be really hairy as well. Right, like that. Like all these frowns sort of in the middle as well. And then this eyebrow is real big in here. Okay, so like curves around the front. Real sort of furry and hairy. Put some texture on it maybe if you want it. And then maybe like a line coming out the side of his head here. Okay, so the other eye, right? So we're in sort of 3/4 pose, right? So his head is kind of turned. So we'll go, so we'll do the eyebrow first just to get our sort of shape, right? So this kind of goes up and then down here. Hairy again, slightly smaller than the other side. And some texture. And then again, big sort of frowning sort of thing. Like that. So the eye then underneath here, just sort of slightly, so we're sort of diagonal. And you're about eye width distance. You can fit an eye between sort of his two eyes roughly, right? Just there. That's where the next eye will start. Goes up and over. Top eyelid line. And again, he does have eyelashes kind of sticking up. Classic sort of monster creature look to him. Human eyes still. Bottom eyelid comes around, like so, maybe a tear duct in there. And he's kind of looking over this way, right? So we'll put like his iris here. Like that. Kind of a half circle just coming down from the top eyelid, and then the pupil. We'll go, yeah, same sort of thing again. Like that, right? And then we give him a top eyelid line again. So we're just coming around the top of his eye like that. And then his brow is like there. And then he has some eyelashes on the bottom and they're drawn in. So we'll just do some light sort of lines like coming down here. And some frowns, texture lines and stuff. So he does seem to have like some bags underneath his eyes as well. All right, so some light sort of drawn in sort of lines like that. And they're dark circles and stuff. So they seem to be like shaded in dark. So his head is kind of turned 3/4, right? So that's why this eyebrow is smaller than this one. Okay, just a little bit smaller because his head is turned away in the picture. So his nose starts this side. The bridge of his nose comes down. Then comes around here. Kind of curves around underneath. He's kind of got a bum nose sort of thing, like a bend in it here. And then the nostril comes up around, and just in line with the inside of the tear duct is where the nostril usually lines up. See here? It's like directly underneath that. Then that curves around like so. And he could have like bridge of his nose sort of line there. Some more sort of wrinkles or stuff on the side of his face as well. And we can see his nostril on the other side, right? So we'll go around and up. Around there. So for things like the sides of his nose and stuff, you do light sort of lines. You don't want to do them dark. You would do like a dark line down here, like a heavy line, because it's shadowed up. So then that mouth, right? So we've got like two big fangs. They're like the most prominent thing. So, and they come across his top lip. So we'll draw them, say here, right? So we'll do one just there. Big fang. And then the other one. There, and then the top lip comes across. Just kind of stretched out across here. Kind of joins them together. And we can see just the side of his mouth, just like here, coming down the side. But that'll be mostly sort of shadow. And his bottom lip comes down around here. Like that, right? And then there's more teeth all inside here, right? Sharp bottom teeth, right? So they go like just real pointy coming across here. Like so, and even across the top too. Right, and then this tooth will disappear behind here, and we can see some gum line, right? So we can see like some of this sort of bottom of his teeth here. And we should see like his tongue or something disappearing back this way. But I'm going to put a shadow just here. And here as well. And then we can't see much of his top lip, but like maybe a little bit of it kind of drawn in here. And then the bottom lip coming out this way. Make some lines around that mouth then. Kind of stretch lines and stuff. Real big bottom lip. Then we have a line that comes down from his cheek here, and here. I'm going to of shadow here as well. And does he have wrinkles on his top lip? I need to see like another picture of him. It's there's not a lot of, he's kind of, his fight scene, you know, in the movie is like, it's all dark and you can't really see him. So trying to find, let me see, maybe might be like some little sort of wrinkle lines or something here, sort of curving around here, you know, just these kinds of, yeah, just to give him that snarling sort of look. That's his tongue, bottom lip. Right, so his chin, right, is real hairy sort of thing going on, real furry creature. And it all comes in onto his jaw as well, right? So it goes like, say around from his eyebrow, right? You know, you'll have all this hair coming in around his eyes. The same over here. Right? And roughly as well, eyes to nose is about the same as nose to chin. So say like this to this. Whereas chin would be kind of without the hair. Sort of here to here, about the same as there to there. You go down a bit more for the hair, right? And then you just make it real furry going around. And you can do this any kind of way. You can make it as hairy as you want. You can have single hairs, or you can just go nuts and do it all scribbly, which might be interesting. And his sideburn just comes up beside his eyebrow here, and this will eventually like join his hair. So lots of this furry stuff now. And it just goes the whole way around. It's like you're giving him a beard, just like all over his face, basically. And keep going. And somewhere up here we'll meet his fringe for his hair. But first, lots more hair down here. And texture lines, of course, if you want. Kind of reminds me of the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan. He's got that sort of simian sort of look. Okay, so then his hair, right? Fringe comes across, right? So we got like these sorts of hair spikes then, right? Coming across here. And again, you can put textures on them. All just coming across the front of his forehead. Maybe in underneath this. There might be some on top here. Just lots of texture and stuff on the hair. Right, so going like this way. So he has these pointy ears actually that stick up as well. So like this is like an ear here. Goes down behind his beard. And like a line's inside. Right, and then the other one. Let's see where. Go like here. Pointy kind of ears. Texture lines, like ear lines just on the inside. Right, and then, so the rest of his hair kind of just bumps around his head, right? So we got like some bits that kind of stick out here. And then short sort of spikes on top. And then it kind of bumps around, it's kind of wavy on top. Right, that kind of thing. So, and you can put as much texture in there as you want, really. Also, on his face, right, he has these, he calls them like marks of his ancestors or something in the show, right? So he has these like white, they're painted on with white, but I'll draw them in with black and we can change them to white afterwards. So say here, right, just beside his nose, he's got these three, what look like exclamation marks drawn onto his face. And you would color these white. Okay, and there's like some underneath his eye, one here, and like some light ones going up around his cheek. There. There's some on his nose as well, but we'll just do the ones over here first. Like here. They're not exactly the same on all sides. I think there's some like here as well. Underneath the hair of his chin. And then some coming in on his eyebrows as well, like here. Some dots and circles. Underneath his hair then, there's a couple. And then some arrows pointing in this way. And they're all colored white. Okay. So that's his face, right? So now his shoulders are just all fur as well. So there's no sort of, say like there's a bit more hair, say that sticks down this way. Goes in behind his ear. Is there any more on the other side? Maybe like a little just here. And then we have all these furry shoulders. So how to do this best way, let's see. So we'll just go, yeah, let's just go. Let's do it. So real furry now. Right, Right, just adding all this fur and texture and stuff going down there, and then on the other side as well. And it's like he's got a couple of layers to his fur, so we'll just do the shoulder parts first. Okay, so he's got like this, what looks like a kind of a mane that comes down around his chest. Right, so you're going for the same sort of spiky fur kind of thing. All right, so like coming down here. And then his shoulder kind of goes this way. Right, this is all furry. That way. Again, you can just add these sort of texture lines just to show that it's all kind of furry in here. His other shoulder, so this is like his other shoulder, so let's say going all this way. And the key to this is the texture lines, so all these sort of lines like that, kind of. Right, so and then you want to sort of darken up your edge lines a little bit. So what this does just makes some overlapping areas stand out a bit more. So like see the way his mane here kind of just sits on top of his body. And the outside as well. Just darkening it up. Okay, but I think that's the best I can do. That is how to draw Werewolf by Night. Hope it was helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.